Uh-huh. David Robinson. Yo. David Robinson. David Robinson. Uh-huh. David Robinson. Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, it's going on 3 years, he arrived again. Real talk, real calm with David Robinson. Yo, it's Tuesday, he be live again. He's divine and man. I'm glad to have him, I hope he signed again. Well, he frees us, and he feeds us. David Robinson, he loves Jesus. And he frees us, and he feeds us. David Robinson, he loves Jesus. Yeah. Uh-huh. 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 David Robinson. Uh-huh. David Robinson. Uh-huh. David Robinson.
And good evening, and welcome to the David Robinson Show. Real talk, real people, real conversations. Tonight's topic is, it's not about how you start, but it's how you finish. I have an amazing guest that is doing just that, making some things happen and steady climbing to the top. Without further ado, welcome to the David Robinson Show, Mr. Coach Mac Poppy the Fourth. Welcome back, sir.
How you doing? How you doing?
Man, I'm good. It's a pleasure, man. It seems like every time I see you, you steady evolving.
You too.
Steady training.
Mm-hmm.
And man, not only just one, man, you up here with 3 belts.
Mm-hmm.
So how does it feel to not just have one, but 3 belts?
I'm blessed to have 3 belts. It's just the beginning. Working hard to get more.
But more?
Yeah, I want more. Definitely.
Wow. So can you eventually see yourself? I know you fight this professionally now, right?
Yes.
Can you see yourself at some point fighting in Vegas?
All the big events.
Man,
Looking forward to
you
it.
know, when that happens, I'm gonna say, y'all, I gotta go. I had him on my show. I know him. I know him personally. I know his dad.
2025 for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna jump right into this interview. How do it feel to be a champion, sir?
It feels really good. When you work hard and do everything you're supposed to do, and you get the glory that you've been working hard to get to, it feels real good.
So, how long have you been a professional boxer?
I've been a professional boxer for about 6, 7 years.
Wow. Now,
I think I might be wrong.
I'm looking at what I see before me in that short period of time. Man, what did it take? You know, I know people look at, what you have. I want you to tell my audience a little bit, but what did it take for you to accomplish? First of all, what did it take for you to get to that point?
When I got my first belt, I was fighting every weekend. I fought like I won Rookie of the Year that year, and I fought like 7 times in like a month and a half, like
What?
back to back to back. So my manager, Ponytail, he had called my coach and was like, "Hey, it's a fight this weekend. Quad one fight." So I've been in the gym, and I was already like by weight, but he wanted me to go to a weight under the next weight class under. So I was already in the gym. I was already focused. So I said, "Yeah, let's do it." So I did it, and that's how I got my first belt. But as far as all the other belts, same with that one. It's a lot of hard work, a lot of struggles. You're going to get a lot of no's, but you work hard for that yes. And if you keep working hard, you're going to get that yes.
So I want to ask you, I know you, being under that discipline of training, what does it take for a person that, you talk about being an amateur, now you're went on to be a professional and all the stuff that you're doing. What did it take, and how much does it take to put in to get your body physically prepped to fight?
It takes a lot of work if you want to be the best, if you want to be not just physically in shape, but like the best in what you do, it
Mm-hmm.
takes a lot of work. It's a lot of not just physical, but a lot of mental things too. So
Well, before we get into the physical, let's talk a little bit about the mental. What is the mental piece like?
it's like you just have to stay focused. Like
Wow.
you got to think about it, be about it, because the person across the ring, you don't know if they thinking about it and being
Wow.
about it.
Mhm.
So when the bell ring, if you off a little bit, it'll show.
Wow. So, you're talking about physically and mentally training. Um, I guess you said 6 or 7 years to accomplish what you accomplished. Um, what is it like to? Because I know a lot of times you have to say no to not going out or not doing certain things because you know you in training.
Yeah, we boxers live a different life. Sure.
So, what kind of life as a boxer do they live? Or what kind of boxer life do you live? So,
Kind of boxer life that I live. You you gonna I live my life. Like you gotta have fun in life, but
mm,
I don't do all the drinking and all that. So, and especially in camp, when it's time to lock in, it's time to lock in. So,
wow.
it's a lot of friends and family that understand they don't hear from me for a while. It's because I'm in the gym and I'm getting ready for my fight. So, that's just the life I have
S-
to live.
Wow. So, in that point, because I have called coach and he said, well, they in camp or they in training. So, when you in training, uh, what is that like? You know, you said you don't associate with a lot of people. You shut down a lot of different times. And how many? When you say a full week, and you know you got a fight like coming up this Saturday, how many hours do you spend in the gym?
So, right now, it's kind of cut down because we fight Saturday, but we put in a lot of hours to
Mhm.
be ready for fights. So it's a lot.
So, being, and I know your father, who's
Mm.
a coach, and he has produced a lot of young men to come out of that camp and out of this training. What is it, like not only him being your father, but a coach to you as well? How how has that affect you as far as being a man and as far as being someone that he's your coach to?
I'm blessed. That's what I can say.
Amen.
Cause I love that he's there. Like I got people that like would want to be in my shoes, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and I wish everybody could be in my shoes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really grateful for it. Like I'm really grateful.
Wow. So tell my audience a little bit about the third belt that you have.
Oh, I won the WBC belt, USA.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm nationally ranked in the United States and
Wow.
nationwide. Um, going for the world title in 2025. I
Whoo!
won this belt
Whoo, whoo.
last year.
Mm-hmm.
This in December. I
Mm-hmm.
won it probably. Hold up. I think today or yesterday was the 1 year anniversary of winning that belt.
Wow.
Yeah.
The world
Mm-hmm.
BC.
Mm-hmm.
So as you go for the world champion, is that like televised and everything
Yes,
like that?
it'll be televised. Yes.
Wow, 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 man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can't imagine. You sit here, you talk about. I've watched boxing. I know Mike Tyson, Mayweather, Spinks, Ali, some of the fighters, but he's a young man, upcoming, and got a name for himself. Um, so what? I mean, you when you look at them, and I know you probably have your own people that you have looked up. What were some of the people that you looked up before you? That was
Um, the main person, like the first person when I first started boxing, was Muhammad Ali. That's
wow,
the first person I looked at. As time started to go, I started to like Sugar Ray Robinson. Um, I like a lot of fighters. I watch a lot of fights, so I like a lot of fighters. But them two, a couple more, just like stood out to me. But Muhammad Ali, I mean, everybody wanted to be like if you're a boxer, everybody at one point wanted to be Muhammad Ali at one point. So
I think with him, he had a lot of mouth, but he did back it
yeah,
up.
you little, you seeing this loud guy and he knocking people. Yeah, everybody wanted to be him. If you're a boxer and didn't, I don't know, they lying.
So in your training, and I know because I never said I never really got into it, but um, do you box to wear people down, or do you have strategies or plans when you go into your boxing? I don't want to say too much, but I'm just saying to you as a boxer, or because I know Mayweather was more of a defensive boxer, you know, and but do you have like preparation? You watch tape. What is that like before you enter your?
I feel like for me, every fight is pretty different for me.
Wow. Okay.
Like I don't think like people tell me like I'm one way. Like people starting to tell me that I look like certain fighters,
Mm-hmm.
but to me, I prepare like because everybody fight differently.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, everybody come back to the same base of fighting the same way, but everybody got their own style, own strengths, own weaknesses. So it's like I think I fight different every fight.
Wow. So, what time do you fight this weekend?
Fight at Patasco Arena on the main event. Uh, my teammates will be on there. Malik, the Ring King Titus, Terrell, Iron Soldier Boy. Um, fight starts at 5 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
and just make sure you're there.
Okay.
It's gonna be fireworks.
So you are the main event. So
Yeah,
you fight
I
last.
fight last. Yeah.
Wow. So what is? I mean, that's gotta feel very important to you to be on that event and be the main attraction, the main fight that people.
That's the only reason because everything else I'd rather fight first. That's the only reason.
So you fight and get it out the way,
Yes,
right?
instead of just waiting for everybody else. So that's the only and the main reason. Yeah.
So let me ask you one more thing while we're here. What is that anxiety like? You are in, I guess, the back room. Are you waiting? Do you come out and you hearing all the different fights? What is going through your mindset? I guess you're locked in and focused.
Yeah, you locked in, you focused, but like I said, every fight either bring different emotions or the same emotion. Every fight is different, So I might be nervous for one fight and not nervous for the other, or even more nervous for another fight. So it's all about just going in and doing the job you trained to do.
So let me ask you another question. Do you have your own slogan, your own music, your own come out? Is uh
I pick different songs every fight.
Wow.
I pick every different songs every fight, and the songs I come out to is the song I feel at that time. Like
Okay.
I gotta
Okay.
I gotta get a feeling from the song for me to come out to it.
So is this some of the music that you train to, or is just periodically at that moment how you feel?
Different fights, different sometimes it's what I train to, or just sometimes like one day at one fight I picked the song that day, like because I listened to it and I said, oh goodness, let me so, and then that's how it happened. But it's different thing. I've been doing this so long, it's
Wow.
different things
So
different times.
can you see you at some point, as you continue your journey? I pray your success as world champion. That's going to be something big and will make not only you happy, but the family and the team happy
Everybody.
as well.
Yeah.
And just the recognition of knowing that, you know someone, to me, that I had on my show.
Yeah. Sure, I appreciate you.
Appreciate you as well. Once again, I know your dad as a coach going to come up and tell the viewers and where they can come and go and this week, but tell them where you'll be this weekend for those who follow boxing or would like to come out and support Mac Poppy and the team.
Mm-hmm.
Where
We will be at Patasco Arena this Saturday. The address is 3301 Annapolis Road. Mike got it right. Got Google. Search Patasco Arena.
and
And it starts at 5. Come see us fight.
amen, amen. Um, in closing, because we got the other champion that's gonna come up, and we got your father, the coach out there. Um, that person that's been trying to um, accomplish a goal or trying to accomplish they then set goals and want to bring it to pass but can't seem to get started. What advice would you give them, how to get started on something that they're passionate about?
Pray and go to work. Pray, go to work, keep faith. That's the main thing because you hit a bump and you never know what's after that bump. It could be if you looking for gold and you tripped and fell and you turn back around, the goal could have been right after that trip. And you
Wow.
didn't keep going. You didn't keep faith. So always keep faith and pray. That's the main thing is pray and keeping faith and keep going.
Coach Mac Poppy himself, the fourth, telling you to keep moving, keep the faith, And I appreciate that, man. Thank you for coming. We're gonna bring your other teammate up here. We'll be fighting this weekend as well. Come on up, young man. The other trainer. I wouldn't say trainer. He's a boxer. I think the last time he was here, he was getting ready to box and brought some belts up. Matter of fact, he got a couple belts as well.
Would you like your own TV show or podcast, but you don't know where to start? You don't have your own equipment? You don't have a set? You don't have a graphic design team? You need cameras? You need a creative team? You don't want to have to qualify to monetize? Well, we're here to support your needs. Make an appointment at the Coyote Man Show Network at Security Square Mall. Call 443-400-5224 or visit CoyoteManOnline.com. That's CoyoteManOnline.com and book a demo. Would you like your own TV show or podcast?
And welcome back to the David Robinson Show. It's not about how you start, but it's how you finish. I have the other champion here, Malik
The Ring King Titus.
Doreen King Titus here on the show this evening. Who will be fighting at the Patasco Arena this weekend, which is actually Saturday at 5 o'clock at the Patasco Arena. So, Mr. Malik, how long you been fighting, sir?
I've been professional for 3 years, and I've been fighting all together for 15. I started boxing at 11, going on 12, and I'm now 27. So I've been doing it for 15 years.
Wow. So, gonna ask you a question. The same question I asked Mac Poppy. How does it feel, Malik, to be a champion yourself?
It feels really good. Like just from growing up where I grew up at. I grew up in West Baltimore, the neighborhood of Sandtown. Like growing up, I've been like picked on. I had like low self esteem. I was obese, like overweight. So like just to come like looking for where I came back from then to like now, like and even like general like just giving back, to, like talk to kids, doing community work. Like I'm just happy for myself, and I'm happy for like the people around me that's like literally motivate me. Like I got like Coach Mac, and I got other teammates around me that's like doing positive stuff as well. So it's not just about just like me doing things. I got other people that's doing things as well. Just like I can like give feedback for them and ideas off of them as well.
Well, Malik, that's really really good, man. You seem like you're well coached, well trained, um, and like you said, growing up where you was picked on, and stuff. But what was the what was one of the motives or what was the factors that made you get into boxing?
One of the factors is like I want to like lose weight.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I never made it like pop one or football. I never made the football team. Cause like during that time they had like a weight limit, and I was always over the weight limit. You know, like it was a time where like I was 11, I was like 190 pounds, and like during that time it was like they had like it was a age bracket. It was like 11, 14 for football,
Mm-hmm.
but the age the weight age like drop off was like 160. So I was already at 11. I was already like oh it was
Overweight,
yeah.
right?
So like it was so that's like one of the factors I did. I want to like just lose weight. And I want to just be healthy.
So how did boxing, because you didn't make the football team, how did that line up? Who, I mean, was it you met coach or did you go to him or how did that come about?
Yes. So like it was a time period where like when I first got into boxing at 11, my dad he just said why not just like go to boxing to to lose weight to play football. Like growing up, I first like went to a gym when I was 3 years old and I thought I liked boxing, but then after that I thought I liked football more.
Mm-hmm.
But it was more just like why not like try you lose weight for boxing while you got like football before the football season start. And that's what I thought to do, but I didn't end up like making the team either. I was playing in high school.
So Malik, let me ask you a question. Your motivation factor was to go and actually lose actually weight, but you went on to put the good time and grind in, and here you are champion. So I guess what was it like to not just lose weight, but to go on to be a champion?
It definitely felt good because like it felt like I really like accomplished something that's like not just like something that's just like I can say like, hey I did this, but like just something I can say like somebody can live forever. When I'm dead and gone, like I accomplished like certain things. And like growing up in my neighborhood, a lot of people, a lot of like young men that go on to become men. Some of them, they get arrested. They get, they don't finish school. So you got guys that go on to become like, drug dealers. Like they get
Mm-hmm.
up dying. So like me just doing something positive, like I actually like it's actually like motivate me to like to get back to the younger generation.
So what is it like um, to have a coach like Coach Mack?
Yeah, definitely, Coach Mack. He really hard on me, but it's like a lot of like tough love. For example, like, I know he want the best for me, not just like in boxing, but when my boxing career over, he don't want me just be like a regular boxer, like an average Baltimore fighter that after the career over, they not talked about,
Mm-hmm.
they're broke, and it's like they don't really have like a passion there for boxing. He making sure like after boxing, I have also stuff that I want to accomplish and also like be remembered.
Amen, man. I tell you, this is some good information. So, um, once again, I'm gonna ask you the same question. Tell my viewers that are watching where you'll be fighting at this coming Saturday.
I'll be fighting at the Patapsco Arena here in Baltimore, Maryland. And I'm just like grateful to be fighting with three of my teammates. Of course, like Mac, Poppy, Allison, and Terrell Iron Soldier Board. Because we like we grind so much in the gym. And I know it's most realistically it's gonna be a time where like we fight on different cards and we fight on like different networks.
Uh-huh.
But I'm just happy that we able to like just do it one. If it's the last time, we able to do it one more time.
Hey, man, I know that's very exciting for y'all all to be on the same card, having your coach there, and I know full of energy. Um, so, what is it like for you, to be on that card and you out there about to come out? What is that energy like for you?
It's definitely like a very like nervous feeling,
Mm-hmm.
and not like nervous in a way of like of course it's the unknown in boxing, but it's also just like a happiness as well. You're able to perform in front of a crowd, and you're able to showcase your skills. You've been working for like months
Mm-hmm.
for a fight, and you're able to you're able to go with it. A lot of times when you look at like fighters in Baltimore, a lot of professionals actually like when they fighting again, they can't really give you an answer. They probably like try to make up a date or make up maybe this date, but they don't give a exact answer. But I'm just like blessed for have a manager like James Hogan that's like we consistently fighting and we don't have to worry about it's rare we will ever have to worry about when we go and fight.
Right, right.
In anything in my situation, we're like maybe I need to take one off. I need a little take this fight off, but it's never a position at this point where it's like you're not going to fight or you're not. It's the opposite where you can't fight.
So, what is training like for you? I mean, I know y'all have different. What is training for you during that period of time?
Yeah, it's definitely like tough for me, especially like when I'm training for a fight, cause I'm a current postal worker. I worked overnight shift,
Mm.
so like it's definitely like it's like rough when you training or sparring, then you go to the gym, you gotta go to work, and then like it's actually like doing training. I'm training with the lightweights and middleweights, so it's like I pretty much gotta keep up with them.
Right, right, right. That's very exciting, man. That's very exciting. Um, so you're looking forward to boxing this weekend. I'm definitely wishing you success as your other teammates will be fighting as well. Um, and what do you see yourself in the near future? You see yourself being a world champion?
Yes, of course. That's definitely the goal. Becoming the next Great American Heavyweight, and
Mm-hmm.
also just becoming the next world champion in Baltimore, and like just continue the legacy that we have in the city. That's something a lot of people don't really know about. But Baltimore is like definitely a great fighting city. We got a great history, and we just like just a fighting town, just in all. Just people that just like overcome obstacles and going to become great.
Who was one of your idols coming up as boxers? Who was one of your boxers' idols?
Well, definitely like to pick it back on my teammate Coy. Definitely Muhammad Ali. A week before I started boxing, officially boxing, one of my dead friends, he gave me a documentary of Muhammad Ali,
Mm-hmm.
and this started from like for us him going from the Olympics and going to become like world champion, and for us like him fighting like the civil rights movement, and I was just a fascinated by him, just like not just because he a world champion, he like he a person in a way he was like everything that I wasn't, he was like very confident. He was very like flamboyant. He was very skillful. During that time, I was very more like low self esteem. Very just not like more like a shell of who I am today.
Wow, wow. So do you watch film? Do you?
Yes, I definitely like watch from my opponents, and I just try like I usually try like you know every opponent is gonna be different. They got different strengths. They got different weaknesses.
Mhm.
So I just watch film and to see what I could exploit. But even like when you watch film, for some reason when they get in the ring with me, they fight a lot harder than what's on that film. So I just know I just know whatever on that film. I just look at like basic stuff. But I know once I get in that ring, it's gonna be really a totally different fighter.
So here you are as a heavyweight. What is it like for you to fight as a heavyweight fighter? You know.
It's definitely like the top of the food chain. Like the reality of everybody like heavyweight boxing.
Wow.
Like we got a rich history, like especially in America. You got Ali, you got Joe Frazier, you got all these great heavyweight champions
Mhm.
that that's to remember, like household names. So I feel like with boxing, the heavyweight division is always going to be a lucrative weight class, and it's always a position, it's always a weight class where like if it's like I feel like if it's slacking, it's usually something it's usually like sort of like the lower weight can slack it as well.
Wow, 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 man. I tell you, it feels good to know that you have someone um and Coach Mack, he's definitely a good friend of mine and I know he always talk about putting the time and grind in and I can see it's paying off because of the results of his team that he actually have put the time in to help them and to help you, and that's just really amazing. So, what advice would you give my viewers that are watching to someone who decided to quit because they got frustrated, but quit on something that they was passionate about?
I would definitely tell them to do not quit. A lot of times, like you're out in history, and like when you look at like a lot of like great people, they failed as well. Just people that just kept going and like reevaluated their strengths. A lot of times we talk about like work hard, and that's a great thing about it. But you still got like evaluate like what I'm doing wrong, and that's like an aspect that I know people don't really like talk about.
Mm-hmm.
I just more like okay, like I failed, and it's also I feel a lot of people in this generation they got a time limit. Well, if I ain't reached this by 25, I ain't reached this by like my 20s, then it's too late. But you look at like people they started like businesses, in 40s, 50s,
Mm-hmm.
60s, and they want to be successful later on in life. So I feel like once you breathing and once you healthy, you always got like opportunity, for the most part to achieve your goals that you have. Like of course, like with like sports and stuff like that, you got like a time limit. But other things aspects in life, you usually have a time where you don't have to like. I don't feel like just because you ain't achieved this by 30 or 25, your life is over.
Wow, Malik, the champion himself, have gave you the inspiring words to don't quit, stay focused, and keep moving, keep going. Um, we're gonna take another break here. We're gonna bring Mr. Coach Mack up himself, the man behind these champions that are making champions. Thank you, Malik.
Thank you. Always a pleasure.
All right. Hey, Sanjay.
Would you like your own TV show or podcast, but you don't know where to start? You don't have your own equipment? You don't have a set? You don't have a graphic design team? You need cameras? You need a creative team? You don't want to have to qualify to monetize? Well, we're here to support your needs. Make an appointment at the Coyote Man Show Network at Security Square Mall. Call 443-400-5224 or visit CoyoteManOnline.com. That's CoyoteManOnline.com and book a demo.
Oh, welcome back. Welcome back to the David Robinson Show. It's not how you start, but it's how you finish. I got the coach himself, Coach Mac Poppy himself. Welcome back to the David Robinson Show. So, Mr. Coach, I know you're excited about this coming weekend, sir.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yes. And I know they mentioned earlier to my viewers that are watching, tell them the price, where it's going to be, how they can come and where they can go to come watch these amazing young men that's a part of your team fight this weekend.
At the Patasco Arena this Saturday, December the 14th. General admissions are $60. VIP black seats are $120. VIP white seats are $150.
Okay. All right. Start at 5:00, huh?
Yes, sir.
So how you feel?
Oh man, I feel amazing, but I'm more excited to be in the presence of three men.
Wow.
You know, I'm blessed to have these three men that are phenomenal fighters, champions, and just overall, just, outstanding citizens of Baltimore City.
Well, I take my hat off to you, Coach. I know you're doing when you can take young men that could be doing a whole lot of other things, and we get such a bad rap. And hear that you are motivating and just mentoring and training these young men to do something different with their lives, and not only that, your own son as well. So, um, what is that like, Coach, for you? What made you decide to really give back to the community?
I've been doing it since been working with urban services, recreation park since I was 14 years old. So
Wow.
I had training kids, 9 and 7 years old. Well, I was one of the rec,
Okay. So, being able to give back to the community and to train uh, these young men, um, what is that? I'm going to talk about not only so much the physical, what is that like mentally? What do you teach them mentally about staying focused?
Well, I just try to constantly encourage them to be the best they can be and don't settle for less and don't let nobody tell them what they can't do and what they can't be.
Wow. So, in a week's time, and I know y'all train for a period of time, what is training hours at your camp?
It fluctuates, and because it's where my mind is that day. Is pretty much what I think they need, and things we got to correct to prepare ourselves for the battle.
Wow. So, I see you constantly fighting, and your name is highly recognized. Um, so, what would you say to someone that's um, just been training but don't know how to go to the next level?
Hopefully, they have a coach that can support them and direct them in a right direction, so they can advance and be successful in their career.
So we're gonna talk about what you just said. Why is it important to have a coach?
Because you can see things. You can't see things yourself. You need somebody watching you.
Whew. Yes. Wow. And as a coach, um, you see and give advice, and so what is it like when you have someone um, who's not teachable?
Pretty much everybody that I encounter, they are teachable
Mm.
because you know you have to motivate that person and communicate with that person to make them understand why they need to listen to you.
Wow. Wow. That's good, definitely good advice. Definitely good advice. Mm. So so getting to this point, how does it feel to have one of your teams or one of your ones that you're coaching to be up for world champion, um, and not only as um, someone you train, but your son as well.
So it's just like I said, it's just a beautiful feeling, an awesome feeling. Man, I can't even choose the word because I actually have people that want it, and for a coach to actually have participants that wants it
Wow.
compared to these guys, they're not out drinking, they're not out committing crimes, they in the gym, they grinding, they working hard, they taking care of their family.
Mm.
So hopefully if somebody looking at this podcast, they can see that, you know, maybe they will sponsor one of these guys or sponsor the whole team because that's what it's all about. You need the revenue to really push forward. James Hogan and myself is now we're pushing as hard as we can for what we have, but you need more. You need more support. So like I said, hopefully if somebody watching this, they tap into myself as well as James Hogan and give a helping hand because you can't do it by yourself. You need a village to raise a family. You need a community to create successful people.
Amen. To my viewers that are watching around the world, here's a way that you can help. Here's a way that you can give back to the community through Coach Mac and his team to the community center. Here's a way you can support because, as you see, he had young men, and there's others that have been on that are champions, that are boxers. But here's a way that you can support and coach. Tell them how they can get in touch with you, or how they can find you to support what you're doing.
You can just contact. You can go to the have the piggyback on the website or Instagram. So we got Mac Poppy over there trying to shoot that out.
Well, we'll get back to
Information.
you on that website, but here's a way that you can give back to the community. Here's a way that you can support and what Coach Mac is doing in the team, um, and hopefully to sponsor a boxer or the team itself. It's always good to help. And I know a lot of times there are people are finding ways to say, I want to donate money here, I want to give back, but here's a way that you can give to a good cause. And like you said, these young men are not on the streets, they're not drinking, they could be doing a whole lot of different things, but they're in the gym, putting that grind in, and the results are here as you can see. And like I said, he's spending time to help. And there's other and future young men that will be coming up. And hopefully, here's a way that you can give back to um, the community through Coach and his staff that are training these young men on a consistent basis. Um, so once again, I'm gonna let Coach Mac tell you how you can get in touch with him, how you can actually support um, and just give back.
Yeah, you can contact my partner James Hogan at 410-499-5361. You can contact James Hogan. He can also, when you talk to him as well, he can brief you on far as on the business part concerning our Instagram, our website. I'm so sorry that I don't have it in front of me. But contact James Hogan once again at 499-5361.
That's James Hogan. Um, thank you, Coach, for that. But here's a way, and I encourage you to those who are looking for ways to um, give back. Here's one way you can give back to help um, these young men that are training. Here's one way you can sponsor. Here's one way you can support what they're doing. Coach, I'm gonna ask you another question that you can help some of my viewers that are watching. Um, why is it important, to have a coach or a mentor in your life?
It's good to have, some people, growing up in life, they don't have that,
Hmm.
or they never experience having a person just caring about them. Because
Hmm.
there's a lot of that going on. Um, so it's very important. It'll help you. It'll make your life a lot easier knowing that
Mm.
you have a word of reason.
Wow.
A word of reason can help you and can keep you out of a whole lot of trouble. So
Is that I in team?
it's always team,
Amen.
TEAM.
Amen. Because that's what both are mentioning about the team and their teammates, even though they fight individually, but they mention about the team, and you concur. There's no I in team, um, and teams build character. And he talked about how they're men on the court, but being with their team makes it really exciting and important.
Yeah, it helps. It's being an athlete, period, in any sport.
Mm.
You need that team. You need that support because as a professional athlete, it's always a dark side.
Mm.
And if you don't have them people within your circle that that love you and that's going to support you, you'll find yourself in a bad space.
Wow. So when you talk about a dark side, you're talking about that side when you lose and all the glory is kind of gone in a sense. Is that what you're talking about? Just I was talking about that dark side. What is that dark side like?
The dark side, especially in professional boxing,
Mm.
fighting, professional fighting,
Mm.
you know, you always have a situation where something might not go your way.
Mm.
And, people, social media, they'll beat you up pretty bad.
Wow.
So knowing that these professional fighters are human,
Mm.
so regardless of how mentally strong they are, it's still going to affect them mentally.
Right.
So if you don't have that support where it still can keep constantly pulling you back into reality, then you'll find yourself lost.
Mm. Mm.
And then
Mm.
what comes with being lost? It comes alcohol, it comes drinking, it comes depression, and more. So a lot of people they forget about these things when they're dealing with these athletes.
Wow.
And a lot of athletes are lost.
Because they look at the athlete as the athlete, but not as the athlete as the person.
Yeah. Or some people, if you got a talented fighter, which I have a whole bunch of them, and if don't tap into who they really are and not what they is, you'll find yourself being a cheerleader.
Wow.
And so when you're a coach and you're being a cheerleader, once that person don't have a good day, you'll find yourself walking away
Mm.
because your mindset was all about what they can do for you and what they can give to you and what you can get out of them, not that they're human beings and they still need that support
Mm-hmm.
and doing the right stuff. You got a lot of good coaches out here, and you got a lot of bad coaches. You got a lot of good people. You got a lot of bad people. So
True.
everything ain't good. Everything
Right.
ain't bad.
Right.
So
Gotta have balance.
that's a part of life.
So, Coach, ask you, what is it? What is it like? What are some of your icebreakers for your encouraging your athletes?
Just live, enjoy life,
Mm.
and just embrace the fact that you are talented enough to be able to do and wake up to be able to do the things that you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because that's precious, knowing that you have this gift or this talent.
Mm-hmm.
to do something that you love to do. Everybody wake up every morning and still trying to figure out what they're here for. So the fact that you understand why you're here, that's more precious than anything.
Wow, wow. In closing, um, what would you say to my viewers, or to someone that um, about to fight? They getting themselves ready to fight. We'll talk about that person that's been boxing for some time, but decided, you know what, I'm, I can't do it. I can't see myself doing of winning this fight, even though I'm preparing for this fight.
That's motivation. Your fighter should, you know, as a coach and people that's around that's supporting that athlete, he shouldn't even be going into that situation feeling that way.
Wow.
Because if you're not encouraging your fighter or your athlete to be the best that he can be, then why are you around him?
Right. So that's mentally, a lot of you do it mentally as well as physically training.
It's more physical. It's more mental than physical. Of course, you got to train hard to be in shape, be conditioned, and do the right stuff to it. But at the end of the day, once it happens, it's either you're gonna do it or not.
Right, right. So that mental piece means a lot.
It's everything.
Wow.
It's everything.
So that could either make it or break it, basically down to that fight.
Yeah, fighters are extraordinary people. I mean, to go through what they go through and to adjust and just be able to get in front of people and perform, that's a lot.
Yeah,
it's a
that
lot.
is a lot.
And it's a lot on these athletes now because, you know, back when we was coming up, social media we didn't have all that
right,
stuff. So
yeah.
you have a bad day. Only people know you had a bad day
is you and the coach and people
that
saw the fight.
That saw the fight. Now, you got people that don't even know nothing about the fight. They just pick up their phone
Right.
and see you having a bad day, and
right.
they just
zoom in.
So
yeah, so I appreciate you, Coach, all that you're doing, all that you have done and continue to do. Before we close, how is the machine that you invented? How is it going?
Oh, we still pushing. I mean, that's one thing about life. It's not going to come when you want it to come. It's going to come when God wanted it to come. You just got to keep your feet on the pedal and keep driving, keep pushing.
Here's also an inventor here. Actually, you implemented that in your training as well too, right?
Yes.
Just Aqua
Blast.
The Aqua Blast. There you go. The Aqua Blast. Man, I appreciate that. I mean, and you implement that in your training, doing part of their workout.
Yes, we use it a lot, as much as we can.
As much as you can.
Yeah.
Man, I'm wishing you well Saturday. The team, and preferably you'll come back and have some world champions and then some more added belts to the team.
Yeah.
So, do you have like at your, I guess, they call that where you coach when you have like, I know when Apollo and Rocky was boxing, they call that what? But they go to their arena or their, I can't think of the name. Your gym. At your gym, do you have like all the different belts and different things you've taken?
We have pictures up and everything, and things that they can look at and motivate.
Wow.
With the space we have as much as we can get up with the space we have.
Wow. So when you come in there, boy, they got to be willing to put that sweat in. They got to really put that time in, right?
Yeah, it's all work, hard work, all day, every day.
So, a motivation from Coach Mack. What's a couple of words you believe with my audience that are watching?
Just live life, create yourself a positive circle. Don't get yourself caught up in a whole lot of he say, she say stuff. Just put yourself around good people. You are who you associate with. So I always say it. You hang around with bad people, sooner or later it's gonna rub off on you. You know, some bad people you can help. You can pull them in and make them a positive person, but you have to make that choice yourself. So just enjoy life. Life is short. Just have as much fun as you can. And like I say, just keep out of nonsense and put yourself around good people.
Thank you, Coach Mac himself. And thank you, audience, for watching again. Thank you for watching the David Robinson Show. Real talk, real people, real conversations. Until next time, peace out and God bless.
David Robinson.
And Coach.
David Robinson. Yo, David Robinson. David Robinson. David Robinson. Yeah. Well, it's going on 3 years. He arrived again. Real talk, real convo. David Robinson. Yo, it's